Hi Leos, welcome to your June 2018 reading. What you see in front of us is a Celtic Cross spread. That's usually a 10 card spread, but you have an extra card that came up in the position of the present and in the near future position. And there's also an oracle card that we'll go over at the end of the reading to tie everything together. At first glance, what I'm seeing here is there's a definite back and forth going between your career and your love life. But we'll see if that's really what's going on as we go along. Your underlying energy is the Eight of Wands, so I definitely think that regardless, this is a busy month for you, whether it be career, love, both. So, your main card we have here is the Devil. This is the major arcana card for Capricorn. It's possible you're dealing with a Capricorn, certainly. The Devil, it's not always as negative as it seems on the surface. It could just be saying you're focused on status right now, career. If it is a relationship, it could be a karmic relationship. That's something to keep in mind. It could just be overemphasis though. So let's say it is career. You could just be focusing too heavily on career, and I see other cards that would lean to that being the case. In the challenge position, we have the Two of Cups. So it could be that maybe the start of a new relationship you feel is interfering with your career. It could be temptation that's interfering with your relationship. For example, if it were to be infidelity, let's say. I don't necessarily see that being the case. So for you, and especially for Leo cross watchers, you don't have to freak out about that being the case, but it's certainly a possibility. You have to throw it out there. I'm sure for some that might actually be what's going on. I just don't think it's as prevalent of an energy as the other things that I'm seeing. And again, this is Capricorn and this is a Cancer card, so it could even just be talking about those areas of your life. You have your sixth house, so it could be that work is interfering with your relationship currently. That's the most likely message that I'm picking up from this right now. In the position of the foundation, we have the Fool. So that also gives me that vibe that maybe you're just throwing yourself into your career and not even realizing that it's hurting the other areas of your life. Or maybe you're just pursuing something very, what's the word I'm looking for, enthusiastically. And because of that, you're not seeing that other areas of your life are being neglected. In the past, we have the Eight of Swords. This is a Gemini card, and it actually represents the first 10 degrees of Gemini, so this could just be talking about maybe this imbalance came into play towards the end of May, and you're still dealing with it now. But it could just be that you were feeling stuck mentally, not knowing which way to go. And if that were the case, the cards around here certainly seem, the Eight of Wands, we have the Fool, certainly seems that you're out of that energy now, but you could have just been feeling stuck, and maybe because of that, now you're pushing it too far in the other direction, doing too much at once now. That's certainly a possibility. In the position of the present, we have Ace of Cups and Page of Pentacles. This could mean starting a relationship with an earth sign. I don't necessarily see these as representing a specific earth sign, so it could be any earth sign, but more specifically than that, even, I would say I don't really see this as representing a person in general. It could just be that I'm seeing this as a trying to juggle between love and career. That's how I'm really seeing this play out. And with the page, to me, the pages are just a higher vibration of the ace. So that leads me to believe that you're choosing career over love in this month. I just see that as a recurring theme here. Maybe that's not the case for all of you. but I'm definitely seeing that work and love dynamic back and forth, and it looks like you're choosing work. To emphasize that fervor in the near future, another position where you got two cards, I have the Five of Cups and the Ten of Wands. So perhaps what's even more important to emphasize here is that it doesn't even look like, if you are focused on career, it doesn't even look like you're enjoying yourself necessarily. I mean, this Ten of Wands, it's a Sagittarian energy, and actually the last 10 degrees of Sagittarius moving towards Capricorn, so that could point to the Devil card again with Capricorn, but it feels like you're not even enjoying what you're doing as far as the work goes. It feels like you're being burdened by it. And this could even be either be your significant other or even you, because if you keep moving forward in this direction, it might put a further strain on your relationship. So please keep that in mind if that's not your intention. In the position of your influence on the situation, we have Seven of Swords. This is frequently referred to as a card of deception. With the Devil as the primary card, it certainly could be the case. But for whatever reason, I'm really not picking up on it as infidelity again. Even though these cards could certainly lean to that being the case, I'm really not seeing that as far as you, quote unquote, cheating on your relationship with another person. It's more like you're cheating on your relationship with your career. And so when I look at these swords, I think of these two in this particular situation as this is your relationship. And you know, okay, well, my relationship's firmly planted in the ground. I don't really have to worry about that. Let me pursue all of these other things here, knowing that, hey, that relationship is always going to be there. It's stable. I can just pursue whatever else I want to pursue right now, knowing that this is always going to be there waiting for me. For some of you, it could be infidelity. It could be, hey, yeah, I have this relationship, but I'm going to pursue all these other people because I know at the end of the day, no matter what, I could have that relationship to come back to. But again, especially for you, if you feel someone's doing this to you, or for the cross watchers out there, I really don't think it's infidelity as far as they're cheating on you with another person. So it's worth noting. In the position of the environment, we have the Justice card. This is a Libra Major Arcana card, so you could certainly be dealing with a Libra. Maybe it's a Libra you're in a relationship with. Or this could even just be saying that the person you are in a relationship with is demanding some balance here. If you think about it, they have that sword there. And if we go back to the example where each of these swords represent you and your significant other, they might be saying, well, if you don't balance things out here, I'm going to remove my sword, which means, they'll end the relationship. So they might just be asking for more of your time. And again, like I said, considering the Devil could just be compulsive energy too. And with the Fool, it could just be that you're throwing yourself into your career and not even necessarily enjoying it either. So just keep that in mind. Again, if you are in a relationship and this resonates with you, keep that in mind. Be careful. Don't let your relationship fall by the wayside. In the hopes or fears position, you have the Page of Wands. So this card is leaning me towards saying that eventually you will choose to ease off of the career and get back to yourself. You could just be hoping for that right now, though, again, because with the Ten of Wands there, saying maybe you're not enjoying it, you just, for whatever reason, feel this compulsion to push forward further and further with your career. And you might even be hoping that, you know what, I hope I can get back to a more playful version of myself. You could be hoping to have some passionate, fun communications or do something fun, which would certainly be getting back to your Leo roots. And then lastly, in the conclusion, speaking of your Leo roots, we have the Sun. So this is the Major Arcana card for Leo. And again, pointing out, I see this as you have the sun and you have a child on a horse. It's saying, get back to your playful self. And with it in the outcome position, I feel that that is eventually what you will end up doing. But again, like I said, just be careful because this is your primary energy. And like I said, it doesn't even have to be that you're cheating necessarily or anything like that. But whatever you're pursuing right now seems to be sacrificing your relationship to some extent, and you just want to be careful about that because it looks like whether this is the person in particular that's demanding balance or just the environment is going to force balance, whether that means something's going to come along where the person will walk away or you're just going to have to figure out a way to balance it out for yourself. And then for the Oracle card to tie everything together, we have the card Why. And I think this is going to tie into the reading very well, actually. I don't memorize all the cards, but I think this ties in quite nicely. Number 31 is the number on that card, if that resonates with you at all. So what I do with this deck, this is the Wisdom of the Oracle deck by Colette Baron-Reid. I actually just read the messages from the book because they really cover almost every angle imaginable, and I think the messages are very well written. So I'll just go straight from the book, and then we'll tie everything together and wrap up there. All right. Okay, so it says essential meanings. Motives driving intention, the power of knowing the why. The Oracle's message. There is great power in understanding your motives right now. The Oracle asks you to be very clear about why you're asking this question, looking for this answer, behaving in this way, and most important, making this choice. Knowing your why is the key to fulfillment. When you are clear about it, your intention will then be a magnet for miracles. Motives define the nature of your experience. When you think about something, feel it, and then act on it. This invisible why is the life force energy within the seed, which brings it to life and holds the potential for growth. I mean, that's definitely just emphasizing what we were saying here. As far as it doesn't even, if you are pursuing your relationship, it doesn't even look like you're enjoying yourself. It's leading to disappointment for either you or your partner, possibly both of you. Looks like you are choosing the career over the love, and it just seems like it's just compulsive. You don't. It seems like you don't even necessarily know why you're doing it. You're just doing it, especially with the Fool energy here. So be mindful of that, and like it says, asking the why is definitely important. Just take a little time for yourself and ask yourself, why do you feel compelled to do that at this time? Now, tying it in with a relationship message, we'll read that next. It says, we don't always know why we engage in our relationships in the way we do, mostly because our feelings aren't always logical. Now is the time to recognize whether you are being triggered by someone else or if your behavior is motivated by unresolved issues in the past. When you ask yourself, why am I feeling like this? And why did I say that? And spend some time in introspection, the answers may be surprising. Listen to the messages from your intuition, from the knowing deep within you. What does it tell you about yourself and others? In the end, life is all about being loved. Miracles and a deep understanding of your needs and how to get them met are the buried treasure in the why. Uncover them by posing the most powerful question you can. Ask yourself and your partner today, why? So, reading that, again, it fits with the reading, but it also made me think of something else. Maybe you were feeling stuck in a relationship, so maybe you were trying to sabotage it in some way. If that's the case, you do what you got to do, but I don't necessarily see that would bring you happiness either. So maybe this even be with the Justice card here. Maybe you guys do need to discuss whatever underlying issues there may be, if there are issues in the relationship. If there are issues, I certainly don't see them as unresolvable. There's nothing here that really says that it would be breakup unless you did continue down the path and didn't communicate if that is what's going on. So it's worth noting. And lastly, we'll read the prosperity message. So if this is, again, there definitely seems to be an inseparable connection between career and love here, but this would be more for those of you if it resonates in the career level. It says, knowing the motives behind your career and creative ventures is the ticket to your greatest success. It's time to ask yourself some probing questions. Are you driven by a desire to serve? Does your prosperity impact the greater good? When you envision your most prosperous life, are you guided by a sense of purpose or by a need to make money, acquire things, save for the future, or all of these? No motive is bad or good, but having agendas hidden from yourself will lead to disappointment and possibly failure. Be clear about why you want the things you do. If the motives are true, accept them. If they are not, change them so you can step into your extraordinary life. I find it hard to believe that wouldn't resonate with you guys as well if it is career related. I specifically am resonating with the no motive is bad or good, but having agendas hidden from yourself will lead to disappointment and possibly failure. That, I feel, points to these two cards very heavily, saying you're just moving forward. You don't even see your end game. You can't see what the result of the action is going to be, and that could lead to you feeling that disappointment in the end. So even if it's not a relationship, it could just be you're pursuing a career path that doesn't feed your soul in any way, and there's that yearning to have something that kind of speaks to your soul more. Maybe that's what it is. If it is strictly a relationship, or rather strictly a financial reading, you're in a job that maybe it pays the bills, it pays well, but you want something that you feel more on a soul level. So that could certainly be a dynamic in play as well that I didn't really fully think of. I was just seeing them as two separate issues, but it really could be only relationship or only career. So hopefully those messages help tie everything together for you. I don't have any other messages at this time, so we'll wrap up there, and I'll talk to you all next month. All right, bye.